Hello everyone, I Syed Nawaz. I welcome back you to my YouTube channel Petroleum Universe. So in today's video, as you can see on the screen, that we are going to discuss about saturation, which is another important petrophysical property of a reservoir. Okay, so let us see that what will be there in today's video. First we'll see the definition of saturation, then we will see that how saturation will change the condition of a reservoir, or the changes in fluid saturation during the life of a reservoir. Okay, then after that, to understand in a better way, we'll see one numerical problem which I have collected from different sources. Okay, so let us see the definition. So if you before you see the definition, uh, let us understand one thing, that how saturation we are going to define. Okay, so let us suppose this is an reservoir. Okay, so over here in example it is written that oil saturation is 70%. All right, so if you consider this whole reservoir and this particular area is saturated with oil, which is nothing but which is almost 70%. So it means that this particular area is filled with oil, and if you consider this reservoir as undersaturated reservoir, then the remaining area is occupied by water. Okay, so if you see definition now, then the saturation is defined as a percent or the fraction of the pore volume occupied by a particular fluid. As you can see over here, that 70% of fluid, 70% of pore volume is occupied by oil. So yes, so this is the formula for fluid saturation, that the total volume of a fluid occupied and the total pore volume, right? So if you want to calculate this pore volume, then you can calculate with the help of when you calculate the porosity, because in porosity we always calculate pore volume. Okay, so let us, if you want to see the separate that how much the oil saturation or how much the gas or water saturation is there, then for that we have separate formula. It is like for oil saturation, how much volume of oil has been occupied, how much volume of oil occupied a pore volume divided by total pore volume. Okay, then it is same with water, that how much water has been how much volume of what how much volume occupied by water divided by pore volume. Sg is equals to gas volume by pore volume. Okay, so we will see now that how fluid saturation get changed during the reservoir life cycle. First, it is a critical oil saturation, which is nothing but for oil to flow, saturation must exceed a certain point called critical saturation. Okay, suppose if you consider a glass, right? So this glass, let us suppose it is of 1 liter, and if you want the water from this glass to come out, then you have to fill this glass more than 1 liter, right? So that more than 1 liter point is exactly critical saturation, right? So at that point, oil will start to flow. Like saturation must exceed a certain point is critical saturation, although you can also say a movable saturation for this. Okay, so let us see the next example for that. It is nothing but residual saturation. So residual saturation is nothing but while encroachment the oil left greater than critical saturation is called residual saturation. Okay, so if you see over here, uh, at the time of primary, at the end of primary, at the time of primary recovery, how much oil is left over, so that oil is considered to be a residual oil saturation. Okay, so even that can be that can be recovered, that can be partly recovered through various secondary recovery method and enhanced recovery method. But after primary recovery, whatever leftover oil is there in the reservoir, that is considered to be a residual oil saturation. Okay, so although I also wrote a point over here, that residual oil saturation always associated with non-wetting phase. Okay, I will explain non-wetting phase in next videos, but over here you just consider that non-wetting phase in the reservoir will always be an oil phase. Okay, right. So movable saturation, as I have explained you in the critical saturation, that movable saturation is nothing but it is the volume of oil that you can that you can produce at maximum level. Okay, so that is considered to be a movable saturation. Once the oil reaches the critical saturation or the connate water saturation, then the oil you can't produce. Okay, right. So let us try to understand with this graph. So the first graph is of oil. First graph is concerned with oil. As you can see over here, that it is a connate water saturation, which is nothing but once in a reservoir the oil tried to displace the water, and it got succeeded, but at certain point even oil can't displace the water. So whatever water is left over after drainage process, then that particular water is said to be connate water saturation. Okay, so if you see at over this point, it is nothing but movable oil relative permeability. Okay, so it is KROM. So movable oil relative permeability is nothing but it's a capacity of oil to move by itself. So at this point it will be maximum. Okay, so at connate water saturation, if you see the permeability for oil for movable for oil to move will be maximum. And if you see that as water saturation is increasing with the time, so the relative permeability is decreasing. The only reason is the saturation of oil at this gradually decreases. Okay, so the saturation of oil gradually decreases, so indirectly it says that water saturation increases, right? So because of oil saturation decrease, there will be a decrease in permeability of oil. So as it reaches uh, residual oil saturation, okay, or you can say that it's a maximum point where you cannot produce oil. So here you can see that the water saturation will be maximum, right? And the saturation the permeability of the permeability of water will be maximum at this particular point where you cannot produce oil, right? So this is the main concept for this graph. As you can see that this graph belongs to gas. It is the phenomena is as same as this graph. So like the connate water saturation, let us suppose it is 20%. So here the permeability of the movable gas is maximum. So as you produce gas, as gas saturation decrease, the permeability of gas will also decrease. So while you can observe that the water saturation and the permeability of water saturation will also get increase, but not as much as if you see in terms of oil reservoir. Okay, so here it is maximum when you can't produce a gas. Okay, so this is the 2 points what I need to say for this graph. So let us see the next slide. Average saturation. So let us consider that you have a complete reservoir which is divided into different sections. So for calculating the total saturation of the reservoir, we consider a term as average value of initial fluid saturation in the reservoir. So to calculate that, we have a formula. We can see that average saturation is equals to summation of saturation into porosity into height of a layer, then divided by summation of porosity into height of a layer. Okay, then this is the complete this is for complete fluids. Okay, then if you want to see for each reservoir fluid, then you can see over here that oil average oil saturation, if you want to calculate, then you have to just then this is a formula that you have to use: summation of porosity height into soil oil saturation divided by summation of porosity into height. So it will be same for remaining fluids, as you can see over here the formulas. Okay, so and obviously we all know that the summation of all saturation will be either 1 or it will be 100%, and the range of each individual fluid saturation will be from 0 to 100%. Okay, so it is saturation of oil plus saturation of saturation of gas plus saturation of oil and saturation of water is equals to 1. Okay, so where it is used, where is where saturation has been used, that it is used in calculating the uh, original oil in place or original fluid in place. So for calculating that, as you can see over here, that 1 minus SW. So if you are calculating this original oil in place, so the first thing that you have to understand that it is undersaturated reservoir where you don't have any kind of gas zone. So here 1 minus SW is will give you as oil saturation. Okay, so that is divided by B naught to get the value at surface condition, and the other use of that is total compressibility, to calculate total compressibility. Okay, so this is suffix C to the base F is nothing but formation compressibility, then water compressibility along with water saturation. So here you can see that saturation has been used in calculating total compressibility. Okay, so let us see one numerical problem. Right, for a given undersaturated oil reservoir, calculate the average oil and water saturation. Yeah, the following data are given below. Given in the table, here you can see that the sample, we have 5 layers in the reservoir, right, who are having their respective heights along with porosity, and the oil saturation of each layer of each sample is nothing is given over here: 80%, 77, 76, 75 and 70%. Okay, so let us see that how we are going to calculate that. So as we know, as he's asking us to calculate average oil, first we'll calculate average oil saturation. Okay, then if you want to calculate average oil saturation, then you know the formula that average oil saturation is equals to summation of porosity into height into saturation of that particular layer. Okay, so I have just submitted the values, as you can calculate by yourself at your end. Okay, then after submitting this particular value, I got the answer as average oil saturation is equals to 74.17% of total reservoir, where you can see that at first in sample 1 the oil saturation is about 80%. Okay, then if you the complete saturation, the complete average saturation gives you 74.1%, and if you want to calculate SW over here, then it is simply 1 minus oil saturation, as I am not including the gas saturation over here because it is under saturated reservoir. Okay, so that's an end for today's video. So these are the reference what I have used, and if you have any kind of query, then you can use my mail address, which is nothing but nawaz.delta.au@gmail.com, and follow me on Instagram, follow me on LinkedIn and Facebook, as I have created a page of Petroleum Universe over there also. Okay, so that's an end for today's video. Just hit like, share, comment and subscribe if you like this video, and you press the bell icon to receive a latest notification of my videos. So that's an end. Thank you so much. Bye bye.